This is your girl, Kimberly Harris. Welcome to the Bitter Greens podcast. Last week, we talked about self-improvement, and this week, I'm going to continue in that same vein. Self-improvement requires us to work from both sides. We need to unload the baggage, also known as getting rid of our bitterness, resentment, distractions, and any other deterrents that block us from our blessings and ultimately our purpose. And then the other side of it is that we have to pour in. We have to invest in our mental health, physical health, and spiritual health. So we're unpacking the bags of bitterness, of our bitter greens and resentment, and then we're pouring in to replace those spaces with the positive things. I don't know about you guys, but I have a couple of friends that we send memes and inspirational quotes back and forth all day. Social media makes that easy. One of my friends sent a quote today, which was timely. I'm not sure the source, but it says, "Is what you're holding on to worth the space it's taking up?" And today we're going to be talking about taking out the trash. So is what you're holding on to worth the space it's taking up? And should that space be replaced by something that would feed your mind, your body, and your spirit to make you whole? Are you replacing those spaces with things that will assist you in leveling up? So a couple of weeks ago, I had to go to the landfill because I hadn't been in a while. I had to do a little bit of research. Like, when is it open? What can I take? Where is it? Even because I had some bulk trash that was supposed to be picked up curbside, but they gave me like a date that was like 60 days from the day that I was trying to schedule. And I just had to make a decision. Like, I can't hold on to this trash any longer than I need to. I decided to go to the landfill. I'm driving, thinking I'm doing something, got my car all packed up. I get there and I get stopped by traffic. So there's legit like 100 cars in front of me waiting to go into the landfill. And I'm country, y'all. Grew up in a small town. We didn't call it landfill. We called it dump. We were going to the dump. There were so many people going to the dump. And I was like, okay, do I turn around now or do I sit here? I'm like, you're already committed, just sit here and go through the process. So a guy comes up that works there in a golf cart and he's like, "Ma'am, what kind of trash do you have?" And he has on a mask. I have on a mask. So we're muffled, talking to each other. He was like, I said, "Huh? What kind of trash do you have? Do you have electronics? Do you have anything toxic? Do you have any chemicals? Do you have any combustibles?" And I'm like, "No, I have carpet." And he was like, "Oh, if you have carpet, you don't have to sit in this line. Take this slip and go to lot number 5. And I was like, "Oh yeah." So I peeled off like, hey, I'm, jumping the line. As I was passing the cars, that's when it just dropped into my spirit that our trash, our baggage, and I know you guys have heard of Erykah Badu's song, "Bag Lady." Bag lady, you're going to hurt your back carrying all those bags like that. Bag lady, you're going to miss your bus because you can't hurry up because you have too much stuff. Our bitter greens, our baggage, and our trash, we need to unpack our trash, and we can't let someone tell us how long we have to keep the trash. We have to be proactive in making sure that it is disposed of the right way so that it doesn't keep coming up for us. One of the things that I saw when I was researching the landfill, they said that sometimes when they pick up the trash from your home, they may take it to a transfer station before they take it to the landfill. And then sometimes they'll take it directly from your home to the landfill. And that also struck my spirit. Like, how many times have we let our garbage, the things that have been eating us up inside, to transfer to someone else before we resolve whatever issue that is, fueling the fire? And that bitterness transferred could look like a nasty attitude. It could look like being snappy with somebody. It could look like just complaining all of the time about all the things, but it could be something that is deep down that no one knows about that you're really angry about. And in the song, Erykah says, you're going to miss your bus. And to me, the bus is your opportunity, and the opportunity could be your blessing. If you don't pack light, if you don't unpack some of the things that you've been carrying around, you could miss your opportunity and block your blessing. And how long long do we want to stay in an unhappy place? And I know it's hard. It's very hard to resolve our issues. Some of the things that are, like trauma from years ago, they're not just going to go away. But how do we learn to manage them so that it's not eating us up inside and not staining our spirit? And what I mean by staining the spirit is that you know somebody who is just constantly complaining or upset or just always in a negative space. And the question I have is, who would they be without the pain? Who would they be in their purpose? Who would they be in their relationships? Who would they be in their relationship to God if they did not allow the pain to stain their spirit? Ooh, that is a lot. That is a lot that we, hold on to and carry. And as we're wrapping up, there's a couple of things I wanted to recap, but I want you to consider these things as well. We determine how long and what method we use to remove our trash, baggage, or bitter greens. How can we avoid transferring our pain, our bitter greens, and baggage to others, but also not taking on theirs? We must also trust the process. Resolving these issues won't take overnight. Some of them didn't happen overnight. We've packed these bags for a long time, and so the unpacking will also take some time. So we need to be gentle with ourselves and trust the process. Do people take off running when they see you coming? That's another lyric from Bag Lady. And not that we're so much concerned about other people, but what is the negative narrative that we're carrying around with us? How can we change our negative narrative that we feed to ourselves so that we can get rid of that negative energy that has been stored up for so long? How can we pack light? How can we replace that negative narrative with a positive one? And as you think about this, I want you to reimagine who you are and what you can be if these pain points that has caused these bitter greens or the baggage that we carry around, if they no longer exist. Who is that person? What does that person look like? Is what you're holding on to worth the space it's taking up? What beautiful and wonderful things can you put in that space? Thank you guys for joining me this week. If you like the podcast, please follow me on Spotify. You can also subscribe on iTunes. I am also on Instagram at bittergreens1. So if you like quotes and want to drop comments about the episodes, you can meet me there. I look forward to talking with you guys next week. Now go win the day. Don't let the day win you.